Americans consume over 1.5 billion gallons of ice cream each year. But most of us never stop to think about how ice cream gets made. On dairy farms throughout Vermont, the hard, endless work needed to keep the cows milked and the industry running is done by predominantly immigrant labor, mostly from Mexico and Central America. Miguel, one of the farm workers, has come to the office today to work with Kike. Miguel is being trained in the particular leadership development process that is integral to the success of Migrant Justice. Founded in 2009, the organization works to secure the fundamental human rights of migrant workers who labor in Vermont's iconic dairy farms. Like Miguel, many dairy workers work 60 to 80 hours a week with no days off and make less than minimum wage. Their housing is substandard and overcrowded. Many farm workers get sick or injured each year, but they have limited access to health care. Migrant Justice works to improve the daily lives of the dairy workers by creating a community of powerful activists, the workers themselves, in collaboration with community partners and allies. They help the workers organize, express their fears and concerns, and develop the skills they need to find solutions to their problems. In 2013, they organized a grassroots network to win legislation for all Vermont residents to have access to driver's licenses, regardless of immigration status, a boon in rural Vermont, where isolation is a common complaint. In 2014, Migrant Justice organized a broad coalition to pass a law that prohibits state police from using public resources for immigration enforcement, and their new campaign, Milk with Dignity, publicly calls on Ben & Jerry's to take the lead in the dairy industry to ensure that human rights are maintained in their supply chain. Migrant Justice has secured a promise from Ben & Jerry's that they will sign the legally binding agreement and uphold the farm workers' code of conduct. A promise to sign, but 2 years later, no agreement yet. And so the fight goes on.
Ben & Jerry's should get behind this. They should follow through on this commitment. And we need all of you who've come out to support Kike, who've come out to support Zuli, who've come out to support Alex, to help build this momentum.
One of the newest challenges that Migrant Justice faces is the administration's increased focus on activists and organizers. 3 of the group's leaders were arrested while leaving the Burlington office one day in March. They were undocumented, but had committed no other crimes. The arrests sparked protests throughout Vermont and in Boston, where they were being detained. Civil rights groups across the country demanded their release. Zuli and Kike were released and returned to work. Alex's fate is still being determined. And as they continue their work, undeterred by attacks or hateful laws or regulations, support for Migrant Justice continues to grow.